All right, folks, so we're back at the staircase. This is the second floor going to the third floor loft area. What we have to do today is put the staircase skirt on this wall as well as that wall. And we're using a template to do that. Just close up on the template. So you can see it's just standard plastic strips. And what you use acetone to melt them and glue them together. And that way there we don't have to work with math and measurements and things of that nature. So it makes things a little bit easier for us. So we have the floor piece, we have each of the steps and risers, and we have that piece right there, which would be a 25 wrap around and continue to go up. The lack of a stair skirt will result in people coming up the stairs and hitting the wall, damaging your drywall and marking it like I just did right there. And if you have sharp shoes and things of that nature, pointy shoes, they'll start digging into the drywall, so it'll look real messy. That's the reason why you have stair skirts. So video today will be how we're going to put stair skirts on after the fact that it's already assembled, drilled into the wall and things of that nature. And that's where you're going to see this template come into use. So we did the template yesterday on this one. So we're going to take the pins out that I use, and they're just standard pins that you use in a cork board, just to secure it to the wall. Sometimes they get glued down because of the acetone. All right, so here's our template. See if I can remove all the pins. There's a couple pins over here. All right. So now what we do is we get a piece of wood and we just throw it on a piece of wood and just trace out this template. Okay, so now we got things set up a little more easier for us to work. So now we're going to take our template that we made. And I noticed this side of the wood here is a little rough, so we require a lot of sanding because of the milling operations at the factory. So we'll start on this side. We'll try and start on this side. Come on now. You just have to make sure it lays down flat. And we're just going to put the pointy ends on the bottom. This is the top, you don't have to worry about that one. As long as all the bottom pieces align. And this is the floor. So it's looking pretty good right about there. Alright, what we'll do is just clamp down one side so I can string it tight. Now it's just a matter of tracing everything out. All right. So now we're going to take our skirt that we cut out and we're going to go test it on the wall. Alright. So you see we got our skirt in place. The template works really well. The 45 in the top, we had to go through a couple cuts to put that in there, but that's nice and tight. The next step is If you look at this floor, we have baseboard that's been run through. The baseboard is 7 5/8 high. So we draw a line where the 7 5/8 line is, and we're gonna move it over an inch so that the baseboard appears to be a little shorter than the skirt. We're gonna cut it straight down the line. So that's how you put a skirt on. Okay, so you can see we now cut the skirt flat, I should say 90 degrees, to allow for, here's the line for the molding that will go across. So we're set up for that, which is good. Now we're gonna move on to this part. I'm gonna show you how to do the template. All right, so the template material I use is stuff you get on Amazon. Just plastic strips. I don't know how many mils these are, but it's very similar to some of the curtains you see for sliding glass doors. So what I'm going to do is measure this out. I'm going to use 16-inch pieces, approximately. But you got to make sure you got the nice square edge. I tried running this through the saw. That didn't work out too well. So chips and things of that nature. So what I'm going to do is just basically do it with a 90 and a scribe. I'm sorry, a 90 and a razor. Make sure I get it all done right. And just like that, it's kind of easy to cut. All right, so let's take our steps off. All right, so I'm just gonna start laying this out. Obviously, you have to be a little careful here. Doesn't matter where you start laying your template out. Just as long as you start somewhere, it doesn't really matter, but you wanna make sure that where you lay your template against the wall, you're not butting up against, like say you do over here, you're not doing something like that, right? You wanna make sure that you're hitting the rise right here, the rise, and the tread, rise, tread, and you're just following that. So like I said, just drilled some holes through that. As you can see right here. So you see we have a rise and a thread intersection. So this is acetone. So I'm just putting this acetone in there. Make sure everything's flat. And just hold that for a couple seconds. And it bonds, right? This is never coming off. So that's how your template works. So you have to be very careful. It won't slip there, right? So this is dangerous, folks. So the next thing you want to do is put another thread in and just get some acetone, work it in there. All right, so we're good. Another piece. No, I'm just following the risers and threads, that's it. It's pretty simple. Sometimes you just have to manhandle these tacks a little bit. When I get each of these pieces, I just go through drill holes and take off any excess material that may be clung there, so we don't screw up the measurements. So here I just wanted to Put some acetone here. Put some acetone on this side. Put it together. And just let it seal. Right? All right, let's put this up there. All right, so you see the distance now between all these are the same. 2 3/4, 2 3/4. So we're good. That was a little scary. So we're good from that perspective. And that's how you make a stair skirt. All right, folks, so what we're going to do today is just finish up on the stair skirt before we move on to other things. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to glue on these skirt blocks that we created. And hopefully not make a mess. Put it over the edge of the stairs in case it drips off. All right. Let's get that sawdust off the corner there. Put a little bit of glue on this. All right, do a test fit on this side. All right, everything's looking good, so we're going to nail that in there. Pound it in tight. And then what we're going to do is put some glue right here in the corner. And then we're going to do is put some glue right here in the corner. And then we're going to do is put some glue right here in the corner. And then we're going to do is put some glue right here in the corner. And then we're going to do is put some glue right here in the corner. And then we're going to do is put some glue right here in the corner. And then we're going to do is put some glue right here in the corner. And then we're going to do is put some glue right here in the corner. And then we're going to do is put some glue right here in the corner. And then we're going to do is put some glue right here in the corner. And then we're going to do is put some glue right here in the corner. And then we're going to do is put some glue right here in the corner. And then we're going to do is put some glue right here in the corner. And then we're going to do is put some glue right here in the corner. And then we're going to do is put some glue right here in the corner. And then we're going to do is put some glue right here in the corner. And then we're going to do is put some glue right here in the corner. And then we're going to do is put some glue right here in the corner. And then we're going to do is put some glue right here in the corner. And then we glob it on. But not on the staircase, we don't want that. All right. And we'll let that set overnight. All right, folks. Basically just going to wrap up the stair skirts. You see, we put them on. They look really good. Also, people are very intimidated with the stair skirts, especially if they, put them on after the fact. You're supposed to put those on first. Obviously, we didn't. We missed that, but I showed you with the templates and things of that nature how easy it can be versus the math and things of that nature. Now, there's people that are more experienced out there on YouTube that know how to do the math and things of that nature, but the templates work easier for me. It's a little bit of time spent on the templates, but it does come out really, really good. So the next step for us to do later on, we'll probably do this tomorrow or something like that, is I have to make some more of these final trim pieces. So the final trim pieces will go on kind of like that. As you can see, it will dress it up very nice. What I'll do is I'll just take the camera and give you a close-up of the stair skirt. All right, so you can see we're ready for our trim piece down there, right? We'll all intersect nice. So the stair skirt came out really, really nice. And we have the 5 1/4 inches here to put the base on and the trim piece on top to match kind of that, which is not yet painted. But just want to give you the overall video on the stair skirts, and then we're going to proceed to putting this big fat juicy newel up. So that's going to take a little bit of time to do that one, but we're working on that today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and definitely, leave comments and subscribe. That'd be nice. Trying to hit that 1,000 number is pretty tough.